Forbidden City, Italian martial arts movie. Don't know the last time we got that. No, I don't think we ever covered an Italian martial arts movie.
Well,
so
it is Italian, yes, but it's like, some Chinese in there as well. It's
Right,
it's a dual, it's a bilingual movie.
yes, it is a mashup of different cultures because that's kind of what the movie is about. It's you have our Chinese protagonist who is in Italy looking for her sister. And so I watched this movie and I was very engaged in the beginning. It's very
Oh, okay.
you have this girl searching for her sister in a brothel, like seedy underbelly. I was like, oh, this is really good. This is really interesting. And then we get to know the Italian characters, and I got whiplash. Because everything was so serious. It was so dire. She's looking for her sister. She's in this like seedy underbelly of a Chinese restaurant. And then, but it's kind of funny though. It works because she walks out of the Chinese restaurant and she realizes, oh, I'm not in China. I'm in Italy. Specifically Rome. So that whiplash is intentional. Mm-hmm. But then we start spending time with the Italian characters, and I didn't want to spend time with them. I wanted to be more with the main character played by, who is it? Yashi Liu,
who is a stunt woman.
Who was a stunt woman, and she was, I guess her biggest thing was being the stunt woman
in Mulan.
In Mulan. I just felt so invested with Yashi Liu more and her wanting to find her sister. And then when it came to Enrico Barreo and his family stuff, like that didn't interest me, even though that is probably that probably has more overarching information throughout the whole movie.
Yeah. Right. It's the way that it all ties together, like what happened. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Obviously, it provides more context behind everything.
Yeah.
The grim and dark nature of her trying to find out what happened to her sister, that's all shrouded in the action, right? Because she is the martial artist. She is the reason why we have fighting in the movie, everything revolving around Enrique's character is a little bit more like drama, but also kind of a little bit of comedy, right? Because, oh, by the way, it's important to note that this is, yes, a martial arts movie, but it's also a romantic comedy. Kind of.
Well, here's
the thing. I don't like romantic comedies. I don't. But if there's going to be it's got to be a rom-com. You might as well put in some action in it.
I wish these people who write these action movies just dropped all the romance stuff. It just never works. It feels so forced. We literally have a Roman holiday scene of them on a Vespa. My eyes were fucking rolling out of my head when this was happening. I was like, come on, don't do this to me.
Right.
Because you can see it a mile away. That's what's frustrating. When you see, like at first, like you can see how she's frustrated with him, and then she actually almost blames Enrico.
When are they going to get together?
Yeah. But then you start to see like, he's taking care of her. She's warming up. I was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. And then when you see them on the fucking Vespa, I kind of checked out almost because I was like, no.
I think I really recommend this movie for you because I really love the action in this movie.
Cool.
I was really into it. Yeah, let's go into it. I don't know if we're going to talk about all of it because I don't want to completely rob our listeners from it, but like I really enjoyed a lot of things from the film. Like some of it was not the most quote unquote practical, but they were really interesting for whatever reason. There's a lot of, so it's obviously everything revolving around, what is her name?
Yashi Liu.
Yashi Liu. Like she is great. She is, I think she has a really good, fight presence, and she's like, obviously dominates the screen. And I would be remiss to say that, she does everything that I want from, an actress or a performer who doesn't look dainty. She is not dainty at all. She looks like she has so much power behind all her movements, and I love that. Yeah, because she mostly is involved in pretty much, with the exception of one fight, like just one on many fights, and all of them are, in my opinion, done really well from a choreography standpoint, from the like usage of the environment and props, kind of like props, all that. Like it's everything was, I felt like pretty creative.
This doesn't reinvent the wheel when it comes to like a one or many fight scene. Like they fight in a kitchen. Oh, of course, they're going to use many of the things that you find in a kitchen, many of the utensils, anything and everything. But it has such strong action direction and clarity with how it's trying to portray its action that you just can't help but be happy that you can clearly see everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And they're doing some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Like she's literally using like a block of pork as a shield.
Oh my God.
I was like, yes. I was like, thank you. That's great. Because like there's obviously you're going to use the utensils in the kitchen. Everyone's going to use the, like the cast iron as a weapon. Everyone's going to use like the knives and whatnot. And because they're in a Chinese kitchen, they have like other different sort of things. And so it just has very clear direction. And she's like constantly just getting the upper hand on these guys who are always attacking her. And it's just fun because she's just very clever. She's very resourceful and more agile than them. So she's just going around all over the place. It's nice because it's clear that she was trained in martial arts from the intro. And so when you see her and she's fighting these goons who are just roughnecks, right? They're not they're not trained in martial arts. They're just trying to beat her up. So it's nice that like she has more form in her fighting style and finesse, and they're just so rough and tumbling, I guess you could say.
The restaurant scene was the scene where I thought like, wow, this is also really good. It can't top the kitchen scene, but there's why I really enjoyed about this is just how relentless it was, right? Because she is besting everyone, but they're not. They also have like unlimited, like she has unlimited health, but so does everyone around her, right? Like no one's staying down.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
usually,
I really like the strategy behind that scene too, because when you get encircled, there's obviously it's like, yeah, why don't they just dogpile? And you can see that she's doing her best to try and like funnel everybody in front of her. Like she uses the tablecloth to kind of encircle around her and like clear space. And then she's always trying to get like people in front of her and make sure there's no one behind her. But it's always funny though, because she keeps on fighting people in front of her. And there's times when people still get behind her and like they try to bonk her on the head. But it's always conveniently something like a glass bottle or just like a wooden stick. And it isn't until the end of the fight where someone's like, okay, I'm behind you and now I'm going to stab you.
Start stabbing. Yeah.
And because it happened at the end, like I was like, where were you before? Come on.
Yeah. Well, she starts getting beaten down and you'd think that like the fight scene's over, but no, it just keeps going.
He kind of keeps going. I thought that was funny. She gets a second win.
Yeah, no, I mean like top of mind, like I can't recall exactly, but like I just remember like I really enjoyed this one too. I think it's just like how relentless it was, right? Like this particular fight scene. No man, like everything you said before, like good, generally like good direction, good camera work, good, like just good everything. And then I guess we have our final fight, right, with the main villain. Well, one of the main villains. This one's okay, right?
I loved the setting, and I feel I kind of wish they stayed in the smoke area a little more. I think that could have been fun.
Yeah.
Because I guess they're in a train yard, and one part of the train yard keeps on filling up with the smoke from the train, and so she's lost in the fog, and the guy keeps on kind of sneaking up behind her, and that created for some fun visuals. But they didn't really do any choreography there, so they kind of moved it out of there, and they're just kind of up in like the rafters of this of the place, and it's just a one-on-one. It's fine,
right?
It's just fine. Yeah, like it didn't wow me like the other fight scenes. It's kind of a shame. Like I was kind of hoping for something a little more complex, but I'm wondering if the other actor maybe just didn't have that fight experience like she does.
Yeah, I'm curious about that too. But from what I remember, like it felt like he was getting the best of her for most of a fight. If you could correct me if I'm completely wrong about this, but then she randomly turns the table on him.
There is a great stunt fall. I'm wondering if that was real or not. They both fall off of the catwalk, and the guy just face plants and hits the edge of a platform before falling to the next one. And I would like to rewatch it and find out if that's real or not, because that looked really painful if it was.
Yeah. Right.
But after that, once they fall off, she then gets a chain and just starts literally whipping him.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's all downhill from there.
Yeah. I think that's why, in my mind, that one just didn't stay with me too much. I remember those last two fights. The one that really called out, those are the ones that, if you're gonna watch this movie for any reason alone, it's for those two fight scenes. I didn't hate it when it became more talky, and I realized that was going to be the final fight in the movie. I was like, oh, I'm already this far in, I might as well watch the rest. I didn't hate it, but yeah, one more fight would have just been the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I think that might have helped it a little bit for me.
Yeah. But I don't know, Zero. So but overall, I feel it's a pretty mixed bag, right? Like mixed feelings on the movie.
Yeah, it's weird. I have very mixed feelings on this. I think overall, I wasn't too happy with it, but I thought Yashi Liu was an excellent on-screen performer. I would love to see her do more stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even as an actress, even though it kind of feels like she was a little limited. In what they were trying to give her, but when she's trying to emote, I felt she did a pretty good job there too. So I would love to see her in more stuff. She was great in this, but for me personally, the movie overall wasn't for me. But I would recommend it for the action though.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm a little bit more to the liking of the movie. I would say if you want something different, maybe watch it. This is a movie.
It's different
for you.
Yeah.
It's different. Yeah. Whether it succeeds or not, that's up for interpretation. Regardless, action. I think we both agree the action's great. I really enjoyed the fights in the movie, everything we said before. But when it comes to why to watch this movie, for you action heads, presumably a lot of your dudes, you're gonna go on a date with some lady. You're like, hey, I got a romantic comedy we could both watch, and then she's gonna be like, what the fuck? Why are we watching this another action movie? And then you sucker them in. It's like, ha ha, there's a romance to this, and then they're gonna fall in love with you even more. I don't know what the point of this whole little diatribe was about, but I'm saying I like that. I like that it was different. I like that it was a little bit, whether, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's Forbidden City. I really enjoyed this movie for many reasons. So I recommend it, but yeah, it's up to you guys, if you want to go check it out.
Ma che cazzo? Quello è il diavolo!